Williams veers left, pulls up, looking for the lead, and got it. Jalen Williams, 2 seconds, 1:11.109. Now SGA probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down. The Thunder finally get the defensive stop, and SGA puts them in front.
I'm Kenrich Williams. You're listening to Topic Thunder.
And welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Top Thunder Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Hunsinger at Thunder Chats. We're part of the Believe Network, the podcast covering your Oklahoma City Thunder, your NBA champions. That's where we're at right now, so good times. If you guys, are new to the stream, welcome. Appreciate you guys popping in. So it's going to be a fun night. If you are not new to the stream, you'll notice I'm in a very different room. It's got a very mixed vibe. You see I got some Thunder stuff here. I got my Mjolnir. I got 3 jerseys. I got my Shea portraits. Shout out Sarah Sellers. I also got basically a 21 Pilot shrine, some My Hero stuff. There's the Appa backpack. Shout out Avatar Last Airbender. This used to be my kids' room, and we moved my kids down to the game room, and this is going to be my new podcast studio. I got like a whole new setup. I got 2 screens now, so I can watch the draft while I'm doing the stream. And yeah, it's I'm working through it. Does my audio sound good to the people that are in the chat? Because I'm having microphone issues. If you guys knew already, my main mic I dropped a little while ago, and it does not work at all. So I have a mic picking up on it. I don't know what the mic is because, like I said, it's a brand new computer. Not a brand new computer. It's new to me. And so I just want to make sure my audio is all right. So we already got a couple people in the chat here. We got Matthias saying, why did I say Matthias? Matthias saying, heck yes, let's go. Absolutely, man. Like, let's go. It's going to be a good time. Oh, Matthias also gives me a thumbs up. I guess my audio is all right. Appreciate that, brother. And we got Boo Man in the chat saying we need to move up in the draft we need to move up and draft Trey Johnson. I didn't want to misquote you there, Boo Man. Yeah, I would be open to that. I mean, we're gonna talk a lot about the draft while we're in this here stream. But Trey Johnson is one of those players that I would be interested in moving up for. I put out a list, and bro, I'm about to go like full Matt Tierney here with my editing skills. I'm gonna try to find the tweet and share it to you guys. If you guys know, I did a game day tweet today, so I got to sift through a bunch of different retweets of the game day tweet to find it. But I put out a list of players that I was kind of interested in drafting. Again, I'm not as locked in on the draft as I usually am. But hey, here we are. If you guys were on the last podcast we had, not the last podcast we had because we won the championship, but the podcast before that where we talked NBA draft with Tyler Rucker and Tyler Metcalf of the No Ceilings Collective, learned a lot. It was a huge crash course on basically all things possible for the Thunder. So yeah, I mean, I will share that tweet here, assuming it'll let me. Yeah, here we go. So I'll share the tweet. So my options on staying put was Thomas Sorber, Danny Wolf, Nick Clifford, Cedric Coward, Rasheer Fleming, Colin Murray Boyles, Noah Essingway, and Liam McNeely. I did say, well, I thought I said it. I must have deleted it. I said it in no particular order. So yeah, there's no particular order on that. Trade up for, I actually had Carter Bryant, Concanipple, Kasparis Jakasionis. I'm just going to pretend that is how you say it. And Trey Johnson, the aforementioned Trey Johnson. So he's a guy that I would be willing to trade up for. We'll talk second round another time. But also Cooper Flagg. In the Cooper Flagg tier, then I would definitely take Cooper Flagg. If we're talking Cooper Flagg, we got to have Cooper Flagg. But sticking with, the Cooper Flagg shtick, looking at the screen, it says the pick is in right now. The assumption is that it's Cooper Flagg. I am going to be following along on my Twitter. So if Shams tweets it out or somebody tweets out what the pick is, then I will react to that as opposed to the actual as opposed to the actual broadcast of when the pick is put in. But yeah, that's what we'll be following. I haven't tweeted the link out or anything like that, so we've got a limited viewership. So I'm gonna get that tweeted out. Also, I'm gonna try to turn on a light in here. I know the lighting situation is not great as of right now, but I will work to rectify that as soon as I tweet this out. Let me find. And I apologize for all of this. Like I said, this is new area. I'm not used to doing this by myself. I usually have at least one of my guys with me, to help go through the draft. But hey, this is new. I did say in the tweet earlier on, the pick is in Cooper Flag to the Dallas Mavericks. And, we go on about our day. We knew that was going to happen. And we'll talk about their fit here in a little bit. But I did say earlier on, whenever I tweeted out the link, that this is going to be a open mic draft. So we've got a few people in here right now. Hopefully some more start piling in as well. Yeah, Thundertaker, shout out. Says Cooper Flag, what a shock. Yeah, I know, like pretends to be shocked. But, hopefully more people start piling in. But this is going to be an open mic stream. So basically what I'm going to do is, if you guys want to come on the stream and, kind of join, like I probably won't keep you on for the whole time, just kind of have like segments so everybody can have a turn. So we're not all talking on top of each other, stuff like that. Find me on Twitter at ThunderChats. Shoot me a DM, say, hey, I want to be on the stream. I will then send you a link to the stream for you to join. And hey, you will, simple as that, baby. You're on the stream. You're on the Top of Thunder podcast stream. So if that is something you want to do, I encourage it. I really encourage it, because if it is just me for the entirety of this NBA draft, I might lose my mind. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. So please join in if you are willing and if you are able. And yeah, it'll be a good time. Real quick, for the people on the stream, I don't know if you can see, I'm rocking the Trust the Press t-shirt. This is a Topic Thunder original from back in the day, man. Like, God, I want to say we had this out. I think it was actually the Josh Giddey draft, which is really funny. We was all wearing the Trust the Press t-shirt. We were all freaking out about drafting Josh Giddey at 6. But this is after winning the championship, I think we all can take that advice. Like, just trust the Presty. I have a feeling he knows what he's doing out here. So yeah, it's I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously the Thunder have pick 15. We have pick 24. We have a bevy of future assets. We have a lot of guys that are on the roster under contract that, let's be honest, might not be on the roster next season. It's a possibility. Like, there's no limit to what Presty can do tonight. And, a lot of GMs, like, after fresh off winning the finals, fresh off literally the parade was yesterday, a lot of GMs would just, like, sit back, chill, like, have a beer, like, just soak in the fact that they won the finals. But Sam Presti loves the NBA draft, like, with a passion. He's made a trade in the NBA draft for like the last 5, 6, maybe even longer years. I'm not even sure. So it will be interesting. Oh, what? Bowler Jack, are you breaking news that I missed? Was pick 24 shipped for a 2031 pick? If so, that will. Admittedly, I have not been locked in on Twitter. I've been trying to get Nova ready for bed. So, yeah. If you guys have any news like that, please drop it in the chat so I can get caught up here. I'm going to see. Anybody says. Oh. The pick is in for pick 2, by the way. Another shocker that nobody saw coming. Dylan Harper is going to the San Antonio Spurs at pick 2. And I just got to say, the combination of Dylan Harper and Victor Wembanyama, kind of scary. Okay. Yeah, Alex cleared it up. No, he's just calling it. Okay. All right, you had me scared for a second. Like, that'd be a cool trade to happen. But I was like, did I really miss something? Like, I was scouring through Twitter for different people's accounts trying to find news. But all right, cool. All right, while we are at a break in the action real quick, I'm going to try, because the sun is, it'll probably be up for like another 45 minutes, but I don't like this glare. So I'm going to go try to find a light. Please do not leave if you're in the stream, and I will be back as soon as I find a light. What's that? Brother, what the heck? Boom, boom. All right, let's see if this works. I don't know if it will or not. We'll try it. It's very bright. Might be too bright. Jesus. I don't like how bright it is. But here we are. Golly. It is. Whew. It is hot out here. All right, cool. We are back. Hope we didn't miss anything. If you are in the chat. Oh, more people have joined the chat since we've been here. Cool. Yeah, so people in the chat, if you was not here when I explained, this is open mic night. So if you guys would like to be a part of the stream, go ahead and find me on Twitter. Send me a DM at ThunderChat. Say you would like to be on. And yeah, we will. I'll put you on, and we'll do a segment. Like I said, I don't want to have everybody on at the same time, kind of jumping on. Okay, now that's why. Why is my wife doing that? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, hold on a second. Why is this, brother? It's just not meant to be, chat. It's just not meant to be. What is happening? Oh, there we go. That was wild. It like came unscrewed for a second or something. All right. Well, now my camera is just like completely out of focus. Brother, this is annoying. All right. F it. That's all we got. Matthias says, pulling for combining picks to move up. Don't want to overcrowd the roster, especially with quote-unquote rookie Nikola Topic. I don't know why I read that and didn't just share it, but yeah, I think that's a big possibility. There's been a lot of rumors that the Thunder are looking to move up into the top 10 of this draft. Who that would be, I really don't know, because the other rumor is that the Thunder are looking for a big man. And I feel like, if we wait at 15, we will be able to find a big man. So I don't know why we would need to move up. So I'm interested to see what's happening. That might just be some Presti smoke. I'm very upset at what is happening with my camera here. Hold on. I can't win for losing, dude. What is happening? All right. Anyways, I think I saw somebody trying to get in here, so I'm gonna go to my messages. Like I said, DM at Thunder Chats, and I will shoot you in here. All right. Yeah, we got Thunder Taker trying to come in. X's over capacity is crazy. Okay. Yeah, I just tried to send the link. It said X is over capacity. It's like, bro, come on, be so serious. But yeah, we got Thunder Taker about to come in here, and when he does, we'll send him in, and yeah, he will be the first person on open mic night. So shout out him. Let me get on here. Try to find Sham's profile. That way we can walk all the way in, don't miss out on anything. Cool. Boom. All right. So I guess, golly, man. I'm also not used to navigating this on PC. I have a laptop, but the interface is completely different. So I don't know why it's doing that. I also don't know why bringing the light in just completely flushed the video quality of my camera. I might try to unplug it and plug it back in, because that's what you do when things don't work. You just unplug it and plug it back in. Do you hear me now? This is great. Still not. Okay, cool. What about now? God dang, bro. What the heck? All right. What I usually do in this situation is I just jump back in. Test. Man, it's all working. I don't know why it's saying I'm muted. Oh, you hear me now. Cool. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Well, now that train wreck is out of the way, let's get somebody in here before I literally lose my mind. Joining us now is Thundertaker 25. I added him to the stream, but I see him not. Did he go? What happened? Wow. I mean, hey, you know what? That sums it up. All right, here we go. There he is.
Hey, what's up?
Woo. Doing, brother.
I'm doing all right. Congratulations on your NBA championship. It's pretty cool.
Hey, same to you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You worked very hard. I worked very hard. It's just some hard working for some Thunder fans out here, brother.
It is. It's been a grind, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Good deal.
Did you get to make it out to any games for the finals?
No, I wanted to, but I mean, I had a lot going on, so I had my spot at home. I sat on my couch. I lit my candle. I kind of had all the stops pulled out, so I just kind of chilled at home and watched it.
Well, hey, we appreciate you lighting the candle, man.
We went out to a bar for Game 6, and I was so upset because I was like, I can't be at home. I can't have my spot on the couch, and I can't light my candle. We're gonna lose this game. Like that was my headset or my mind space, and obviously wasn't a great game. And then obviously for Game 7, I was in my spot with my candle lit, and hey, the rest is history.
Right. Nah, I feel you, man. Real quick before I ask you another question, we just had VJ Edgecombe go number 3 to the Sixers. I kind of like this pick. Like, I know that it was kind of between him and Trey Johnson as that guy, and I guess that they like his athleticism and his self-creation a little bit better. How you feel about Edgecombe, man?
I like him. I have a lot of friends that are KU basketball fans, so I spend a lot of time watching the Big 12 and some Baylor games here and there. I'm impressed, honestly. I think he's a good player. I think he might take a year or two, obviously, to develop fully to what his true potential might be. I'm not sure how to feel about Philadelphia as a whole, as a team.
Yeah.
I'm worried that he doesn't have I don't want to say the veteran leadership because they have a couple of vets, but the people that he needs to grow as a player in Philadelphia. So I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at with it.
No, I absolutely feel you. Yeah, I mean everything with Philly, like it almost doesn't matter who they draft. It's just like, is Joel Embiid going to be healthy, and that's kind of what it comes down to. But they've got some fun young guards now, like with obviously Maxey. Jared McCain was coming on last year before he got hurt, and now Edgecombe. So they've got some interesting pieces, and then of course they got Paul George's corpse.
Paul George, is that what you said? Paul George's corpse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, professional podcaster. So
yes, makes more money podcasting than he does playing basketball. Yeah,
probably does. I can't say too much about PG. He was speaking pretty highly of the Thunder and the Thunder organization today. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, you talking about superstitions. I don't know if you saw, but I wore my lucky crew neck that has like the cartoon of Shea saying "Go home."
Yeah.
I wore that every game of the playoffs. So
yes.
Even when I went to OKC for Game 2 and Indy for Game 6, I was wearing that, and it was very, very hot in Game 2.
I can imagine.
I still had it on, and Molson looked at me and said, "You take that off when you're dead."
Or when we win a championship, and then bring it back next year.
It's true. It's true. It's not on me right now. It's stupid hot outside. So
I know. I feel that.
All right. Let's see here. So we are number 4. We're at Charlotte Hornets. Hey, VJ going at 4. I mean, what are you thinking? You think it's gonna be Trey Johnson now, or do you think Khan might sneak up in there?
I think it'll be Trey Johnson, but I kind of want to know your feelings about Ace Bailey. I know there's been some news that has come out about him, and I don't know how you want to word it, his decision making when it comes to the draft, but I mean, he's obviously a very, very good player. There's no denying that. But how do you feel about like that whole situation as a whole? I
mean, it's a difficult situation to kind of analyze, just because at the end of the day, like this is his livelihood. Like if he I mean, it feels dumb to say like if he doesn't want to go to a team, he shouldn't have to go to a team. Like it's not as simple as that. But like the strategy works. Like if you don't want to meet with a player, or I mean, if you don't want to meet with a team, you don't want to go work out with a team, like they could still draft you, but like it takes the chances down exponentially, just because it's like I don't know if I can rely on this guy. So
right.
Logan said Charlotte is fielding calls, so this pick might be on the move. That'd be nice, but I mean, I get it, because like for the player, for his livelihood, if that's what he feels best, like I guess more power to you.
Right.
I don't know if he's trying to position himself for like a place like Brooklyn, where he'll just like do just here's the ball, like go do what you gotta do. But yeah, I don't know. it's been an interesting saga to follow. And like, a lot of times, this happens and it feels overblown most of the time, but we just saw it happen with Shador Sanders, and it was not overblown. It was probably like extremely underblown in the NFL with how bad it was. So I don't know. How are you feeling about it?
I don't know. I like pretty much the exact same thing you said. Eh, He's a player. He should have like the power to kind of have a say in things. But when you're that young and you're coming into the league like that, like you should almost take any opportunity you can to showcase your skills for whatever team it may be. Like, I mean, if Charlotte takes him here, hypothetically speaking, he minus mellow ball, of course, but he could be the face of that franchise in a couple of years, and he just doesn't know it. But he's kind of playing the picky game of who he wants to work out for and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't like it necessarily, but I guess I respect it in a sense. But I know if I'm like a GM of a team, I'm looking for somebody who wants to be on that team. So it's a tricky situation. I don't know. It's tough.
No, I mean, dude, it's like, I'm a Steelers fan, unfortunately.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. You're a Chiefs fan, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about what happened, but you'll bounce back, I'm sure. But yeah, Tomlin has a thing here where he says, we don't employ hostages.
Yes.
We want people that want to be here. So I definitely understand that. But we don't got to worry about that with Charlotte because the pick is now in. It is Concanipple, number 4.
Oh, great pick. I love Colin.
Oh, I do too. And I think that he'll be a good fit, like a good fit for that roster because obviously LaMelo Ball is going to do LaMelo Ball stuff. Brandon Miller is like a freak athlete, great shooter, like has defensive potential. And Mark Williams, like if they keep Mark Williams, then I think that's a really fun young core because Con can kind of do a little bit of everything as like a connector, as a shooter and whatnot. So, yeah, I love the pick for them. And that just pushes guys like Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey again, guys like that on down the board. So, it's been a fun draft so far. Oh, Jonathan said who leaked? Shams has nothing. This was quite a few people. I got it from Jonathan Gavoni, Brett Siegel also, friend of the pod. Brett Siegel of Clutch Points. He's been. I actually saw his first for Dylan Harper too. So shout out Brett, man. Scooping Shams.
Insider information.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Woj retires and Shams like, I don't even gotta try anymore.
he signed the deal already. He's getting the money. He doesn't care.
No, that's facts. And I mean, I don't know. It's got to be harder too because like all those years, like Woj was at the draft, trying to like be on TV and do the stuff, and Shams just like chilling somewhere, like, oh cool, I know what the pick is. Well, Woj is on TV, so I'm gonna scoop him. And now Shams is on TV, and it's like
Sometimes I wonder how they type these tweets up so fast. Like, you get this information and you got to get it out ASAP. Like, I wonder what his words per minute on his cell phone is. I'd love to know that.
Dude, they probably got hella drafts, man.
Yes. Hella drafts.
Because I've seen like Chris Haynes, for instance, like he had the tweet saying the Oklahoma City Thunder took Jabari Smith Jr. like that.
Yep.
He deleted it immediately, but like that had to be a draft. Like he probably had like Jabari and Chet Holmgren, and he clicked on the wrong one on accident, which is really funny.
It's funny to see those tweets that get deleted right away. You're like, I wonder what happened. Did you just type the wrong name? Did you get like wrong information from somebody? Like, I mean, they obviously make mistakes like we all do, but we rely on them to break our news or to like give us the information. So.
All right. For sure, man. Sorry. So we're going into pick 5 now for the Utah Jazz, and now I mean, looking at Jay Billis' best available, we got Ace Bailey, obviously, Trey Johnson, Colin Murray's Boyle, and Common Maluwatch. I don't think they're going to take Maluwatch but if they did take Maluwatch, that would like be writing on the wall, like, okay, we're trading Walker Kessler. Probably.
Weren't they talking about trading man, refresh my memory. The Thunder wanted him, or we wanted him on the Thunder last year or 2 years ago.
Colin Sexton.
I'm on the spot here and I'm blanking.
So, Lauri Markkanen.
Yes. I heard like a couple weeks ago they were shopping him, but I doubt they will.
I think that they would love to try, but the asking price that Utah could get for Lauri Markkanen is much lower this year than it was last year, because the contract and the production just like the contract went up, the production went down.
Yes, that is exactly right.
Jonathan says, I hope Utah takes Ace Bailey. Screw that guy. I get guys to engineer their landing spots. Hey, I mean, the most recent example we have backfired tremendously in Shedeur Sanders. So, granted, that's a completely different sport. There's a lot more picks, but it could backfire on him. I don't know. I'm interested to see where he goes, because Utah's so weird because they have so many young players at like every position already. And I mean, 5 is definitely like the best pick that they've had here recently. So I'm very interested to see what they do.
This is either going to screw them over or make them a much better team. Yeah, if they take Ace Bailey, which would be hilarious to me personally, I just see that franchise kind of going down as time goes on. But I mean, any of these other top 5 picks, then the best available are great players that would benefit them greatly.
No, absolutely. Interested to see where Fears goes in this.
I was just about to ask you, is there any chance he falls to OKC?
I think it's very low, just because, I mean, he's definitely got some self-creation, some creating for his teammate. Like, a shot making really fun. He's electric. But the defense, the size, the shooting, it's like, I don't know. Like, I love the player. I think he's a dog. Like, whenever Kentucky played him in, like, the SEC tournament and Ortega ended up hitting that game winner, like, that was a battle. And, like, I was terrified of Jeremiah Fears. No pun intended. But, yeah, I don't know. I have questions. And, maybe they're not fair because, guys like Trae Young have, found success in the NBA by playing little defense and, being diminutive. But he had the shooting. And I think that if you have that lack of size, you have to either be really good at defense or really good at shooting. I don't think Fierce is either one of them, honestly, because I'm looking at guys like, oh, it happened.
They take him?
Jazz are taking Ace Bailey.
Great. Oh, man. He does not look excited at all.
He's like, please, no.
Not me.
That's crazy, man. All right, so now that lineup is looking like, like Keontae George, I guess they're hoping. Colin Sexton, I think they're trying to move. So I guess they'll start Ace Bailey, Taylor Hendricks if he's healthy, Lauri Markkanen.
Aren't they moving John Collins too, or trying to?
They're shopping John Collins. They're shopping Walker Kessler. Like, I guess that's to free up room for guys like Taylor Hendricks. But I think Taylor Hendricks is more of like a 4 than a 5 personally.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan says, I think Fierce falls, but no chance OKC takes Fierce.
Yeah, and if they do, that's a homer pick, right? Like, you pick him because he's an Oklahoma guy, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a pick because he went to OU and not because he fits the system and the stuff like that.
Well, he had a chance to take Austin Reeves in the second round. But I don't know. Maybe Austin Reeves and his agent, forced his way to LA at that point.
Yeah.
Just telling teams not to draft him because he's going to sign a 2-way contract with the Lakers. So
sounds like Ronnie James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a history of doing that, huh?
Yeah, crazy. I wonder why.
Do you remember what they said Rich Paul was telling teams?
They said, "Oh man, I remember seeing the tweet. It was something like he was going to go play overseas if he got drafted by any other team, or there was something else that I saw which it threw me for a loop. Like, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, no, they said that he was going to go to the NBL if any
Yes.
other team drafted him. So I was like, it's wild, which I guess you can do because, there's like the international guys. Like, if you draft them, it's like, it's kind of a stash because they don't come right over. They're still playing overseas in the pro league. So
Right.
I guess it's like that. So this makes Washington very interesting because
Yes, it does.
they got – I'm trying to think. So, they picked up all these weird veterans, but they got my guy Bilal Coulibaly. They got Corey Kispert. They got Alexander Sarr. Trey Johnson would be a lot of fun here. Just give him somebody that they can shoot.
A fun young guy on kind of a roster with some experienced vets. Like, I think Trey would benefit greatly from being in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be huge there.
And I do think that Washington's got, like, I think they're moving in the right direction. And
Yes.
It helps that they picked up, they sniped, who was it? Was it Will Dawkins out of OKC front office?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're following the Presti blueprint there.
Them, the Rockets. Who else out there is following OKC's footsteps?
The Pistons tried to, but they were following the old way. So we
Oh,
know
the Hornets.
The
Hornets too.
Yeah, they're just trying to take our sloppy second.
Literally.
That's why whenever they said number 4 is available, I was like, hey, might as well give Usman Jang some run, man. Like, let's.
Might as well.
I love Uz, but hey, if we got pick 4, why not, right? King Indo asks, why does the Thunder not go get Walker Kessler? How would you feel about Walker Kessler on the Thunder?
I don't know. I saw something the other day about reports, if you will, of Hartenstein being too expensive when it comes time for that. So they were looking for like a replacement, kind of in this draft or whatever. If we can get a replacement for him, if that's the situation or the case, I just think we could do a lot better than Walker Kessler. Like, and not even that he would replace Hart, but just filling those shoes and filling that roster spot with the draft picks we have and some of the bench guys that could not be traded, whatever. We can do a lot better than Walker Kessler. Just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I also think that the Thunder have a type of player, and I think that while Isaiah Hartenstein is kind of like a prototypical like traditional big, he also has the playmaking aspect, which kind of like sets him apart from like the rest of those guys. And what I think endeared the Thunder to him, Walker Kessler doesn't as much have that. While he is a beast, like he's great down low, great shot blocker, rim protector, rebounder, but he is the definition of a throwback big.
Yes, absolutely. Could not agree more with that.
Oh God, I'm trying to see. Nope. Okay. Sometimes, man, like I get DM requests and I get excited that it's gonna be like an actual DM request.
And
it's just like, no, it's one of those I could just like that's all. Well, of course it wasn't low when I'm trying to scroll all the way to. That's crazy. All right. Anyways, it's all spam is what I was trying to say.
Yep. The crypto DMs or the random DMs from bots. Yeah. They're there all the time. It's annoying.
Oh yeah. Matthias says Danny Wolf or I think he's meaning Thomas Sorber would be good replacements as the bigs. Yeah, I like both those guys. I think that they make some sense. Johan Behringer is also a guy, or Behringer. It's spelled Behringer, but pronounced Behringer. I also know is a guy that a lot of people in the late lottery like. I see the Thunder liking him. International guy that's got great size, great defense, and very new to the game. So he has like a lot of upside in terms of like adding and polishing his game. So he'll be interesting, but there's a possibility he's gone before we pick also.
These France guys in the last couple of years, like, I don't know what France is doing with their basketball players, but they're turning them out. Like, I'd be excited to have a big guy from France on our team. Just kind of see what he's got going on. I've watched some clips of him, but I don't know. They're just built different over there, I guess.
Oh, Baron J?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's fun, man. Like he's definitely got some stuff to him, and he's got some great size. Like he would be, teaming up into Kovatopich in the summer league. Like that would be a lot of fun to see.
That'd be cool. That'd be incredible.
Looks like we got Maddie Moles joining the stream. What up,
Maddie?
Hey, we trust you here. There.
Let's go. Do y'all hear an echo, or am I good?
No, you sound great.
All right. Thanks, man. You sound great too.
Because apparently my camera's my mic, so.
Oh, dude. Like.
Yes. Great setup, Maddie.
I never get tired of seeing it. Champions. Your Oklahoma City Thunder are champions.
Yeah, we are.
Like, hell yeah, bro.
Congratulations, Maddie. Congratulations on your championship.
Thank
you. Did it.
You too.
Thank you.
Fellow world champion. Let's do this thing.
I love it. Fellow world champion. That's how I'm going to greet all Thunder fans from here on out. Shake your hand, fellow world champion.
It's so good. Like, I tweeted about this, like, I think it was yesterday, but it was like, a couple years ago, we're like, oh, the draft, it's such a pivotal night in our franchise's history. Oh, my God, what are we going to do? And now I'm just like, whatever. Like, It's all gravy at this point. We've done the hard thing. We've got 3 all-star caliber players, 2 all-NBA type of guys, one guy who, if he didn't, have a freak injury, would have won Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, we know what Shea did. Like, it's going to seem fun when we package something and the dopamine hit happens when we, like, consolidate and move up or we move out or whatever. Or like Cone said, the Cam Johnson trade happens. Like, all that's going to feel great, but, like, we've already done the hard part.
Yeah.
The hard part's done. This is all just, like, what are we adding on the periphery? What are the margins going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who we take, like, they're probably not really going to show much production outside of Summer League until next year, like 26, 27. You know what I mean? So, like, it's such a different paradigm shift, and it happens so fast. I almost have whiplash. The way it's just, like, happens so quickly. Trey Johnson to the Wizards. That's a great pick.
Love
Good
it.
for them.
We called it, man. We called it. Now, Thundertaker, remind me of your name. Is it also Matt?
No, it's Austin.
God dang it, I was so not close.
No, I'm not cool enough to share a name with Maddie. I'll let him keep it. Nah, thank you.
Outside of that city that claims Texas, because I'm not much a fan of that university. The city's all right. Keep Austin weird. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish I could say that I've been there. It's on my bucket list to just kind of visit, but
visit the motherland.
Yeah, the place, they actually named Austin, Texas after me. They just didn't know it at the time. So I need to go back and visit and, like, pay my respects and all that good stuff.
That's like when I tweeted out yesterday that my birthday's on, Casey Wallace Day is on my birthday, and somebody corrected me and said, no, your birthday is on Casey Wallace. Absolutely, you were.
Thank
absolutely
you. We get those days off work, right? Like that's a given. The whole month.
It should be a state holiday. I mean,
the whole month of July, state holiday.
The mayor said it, so, like, the governor says it, and then it is decided.
Well, for you guys, for Maddie, I guess. I don't live in Oklahoma, so
I don't either.
I don't either.
We don't get any of these holidays.
Dang it,
what?
Man.
I'm just asking for my Oklahoma people, so that way they know when to go to work.
So, the real question for you gentlemen, because I've already done the damn thing, when are you guys getting ink to show your joy for being 2025 world champions?
Chats, I got my answer, but I'll let you take this one. I'm curious.
I'm just not. I just don't do tattoos. I'm sorry, brother.
Not even for the.
Talked about it.
I actually went in and scheduled an appointment for Tuesday today.
Let's
So,
go.
Yes,
Well
we're gonna get it done. I don't know where yet. I want it visible, but it's gonna be the Larry O, the trophy with the Thunder logo over the top with like 2025 underneath it. But I'm gonna save some room for years to come. I'm gonna leave some space so we can add to it. But
I love it.
I'm excited. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I saw there was a shop in Oklahoma that was doing free ones, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's
that's
pretty
crazy.
sick.
That's awesome because tattoos are so expensive nowadays, man.
They're expensive.
Yes.
Gosh, they're addicting. Do you have any other ones, Austin?
I got like 30 of them. I've sat in the chair about 30 times. My favorite one is that one right there. I don't know if you can see that, Maddie. Yeah. Put your camera down a little bit.
We were doing so good.
I know, man.
We were doing so good.
I almost tweeted out the other day that my whole timeline's going to hate me when it's Chiefs season because I got Panthers fans. I got these stupid Broncos fans, and I like all these people that hate the Chiefs. And so I think my follower count's going to just go way down after basketball season.
If people are going to stop following you because of your fandom, then they never deserve to follow you in the first place.
Maddie, you're preaching it, man. I love hearing it.
I mean, I love those.
God, that's disgusting.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
People get upset when I tweet about Kentucky a lot during basketball season, but it's like, get up, man.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know Kentucky produced the reigning NBA MVP and Finals MVP?
Yep.
And a world champion?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Isn't that the first MVP from Kentucky? Is that what I heard? Which is crazy because they've turned out some crazy good athletes.
Yep. Some really good players. I mean, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, John Wall.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, yeah, he was there. I was trying to name better players, but if you want to do that, Trey Lyles, Dakari Johnson, Thunder legend, come on now.
Hey, they just showed that graphic about highest drafted players from Texas. Wasn't Jackson Hayes drafted 4th?
I thought he was drafted like 7 or 9, but I'll look it up.
8th overall.
8th.
Wow.
Okay.
This man's quick.
Very convenient. They kept him off the graphic. I was like, okay.
It's like something's not heading up here. I will say the draft is going.
They traded back from 4 to take him. That's what it was.
I mean, the fact that you remember that is impressive in and of itself.
I don't know why. It wasn't very important in my life. It's just there.
Jonathan Gavoni came out and said that Utah Jazz was not one of Ace Bailey's preferred destinations.
Oh,
he wasn't.
No.
He said he didn't want to go there. He said, "Don't draft me."
That's so funny.
This is going to be so fun to watch it play out.
I thought for sure it was going to be Jeremiah Fears.
Oh, Fears going to the New Orleans Pelicans.
I mean, that's great. Good for them. They got a point guard now.
Yep.
Great kid. He's a dog. He's a little undersized, but he'll be all right. Great pick for them, though, man.
Yeah,
Dumars knocked it out of the park with that one. Good pick.
That's Brett Siegel again, scooping the entire world. Shout out, friend of the pod, Brett Siegel, once again. We'll see if he's wrong. I mean, hey, it's possible. Jake Fisher got a few wrong last year. It's just like, F, man.
Nothing will ever top when homeboy said Jabari Smith to the Thunder.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Chris Haynes tweet.
Yeah.
Gavoni confirmed it.
What is worse, Jabari Smith Jr. to the Thunder, or Shea +6 for Cade?
Shea +6 for Cade.
What is worse, Shea +6 for Cade, or the Thunder of the black eye of, or excuse me, black hole?
Black hole.
The NBA.
Yeah.
Aaron,
That's so funny.
man, Wiggins is a Thunder for life. I don't care.
Yeah, he's a
Some-
hype man.
You were talking about tattoos, Maddie. Somebody,
Hey,
can't remember
real quick,
who.
y'all keep going. Nova's making noise. I'm gonna go check on him. But
Yeah.
y'all carry for a sec.
Sure.
Heard they tweeted out they were going to get a tattoo with a QR code that takes them to a link to a YouTube video of Aaron Wiggins' speech. And I'm not kidding. For like 30 seconds I considered it. But then I was like, there's so many things that could go wrong with this. Whatever you think could go wrong could possibly go wrong, and I'm not going to touch it.
The ink could run just a little further,
Yep.
and then next thing you know, it's Rick Astley instead.
Yes.
Which I guess wouldn't be awful, just Rick rolling people the rest of your life, but
Or some website that's expired, and then you have to explain what the goal was and what actually happened.
yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Or you get old like me and things start to like gravity starts taking shape and it overpowers you, and parts of that QR code are a little longer than they used to be, and
You got to lift some skin to see the whole
Yeah.
QR code. Yeah.
exactly.
When did you get that one on your arm?
I got this one in 2010 when I was stationed in Italy.
Okay.
I actually got this one and that one done. You can't really like see it, but I got them done same day, which wasn't the smartest thing because sleeping was an awful lot of fun. I was kind of like hanging out this way. But last year when I went back for the fan event, I got this touched up. It was pretty good.
Love it.
Worked out so far. Still itches every once in a while. I don't know. Do you ever get that with some of the colors? Like
Yeah.
orange makes me itch a little bit.
My Chiefs one is the only one that has color on it. But I'm gonna get color on the Thunder one, and those will be like, well, that's a lie. I have one on my ankle that I'm not proud of at all. That has some color on it, but I got last place in a fantasy football league with my guys, and
okay.
that was my punishment. So I figured I'd get it somewhere where I can just wear high socks and nobody can see.
Listen,
But yeah,
you may not be proud of it, but it means that you're a man and you honor your bets. So like,
I want the world to know that.
you got integrity. You're fine.
Integrity. Thank you.
Does it say Thug Life on it?
No, it's I don't know if you play ESPN League, but they always have those like trophies. Like the GOAT is one of them, and then the year we played, it was a toilet paper roll as a trophy, and it said just last on the bottom. So I just took a screenshot of it and went into my tattoo guy and said, "This is exactly what I want."
Give me TP on my ankle.
Yep. But I can use it as like, it was COVID. It was a crappy year, so like, I can pull that card. But
Dog, you can't pull the COVID for fantasy football, bro.
No,
I had extra time at home.
That's my excuse. I had extra time. I overthought everything that happened was going on that year. Yes. Yes. Bingo.
Classic mistake. I set my lineups on Wednesday, and then I only changed them for injuries. And by locking myself into that, I always go with my gut instinct, which happens to be right like 90% of the time.
I'm gonna employ that strategy this year. I'm coming off of another bad year, not a loss, not a last place. I just can't ever seem to figure it out. I don't know what it is. I can do basketball just fine, but
so if you ever get the losers thing again, are you just gonna get like a boo-boo stain on the TP, or are you gonna do TP on the other ankle? What's the contingency for that?
That is a really good question that hopefully we never have to figure out the answer to. But
I mean, you could just do it. You could just do a Chiefs logo on the toilet paper, and it's the same.
No, I was gonna do a Broncos one actually, just right on the with a little brown smear or something coming off of it.
I feel you.
What's the deal with the Broncos fandom? Are you from Colorado? Is it just?
I'm from Oklahoma originally. Grew up in the heyday of the 90s. I was born in 85. So right in the prime of when I first started watching football, it was the triplets and winning 3 out of 4 years for Dallas. didn't really like Troy Aikman all that much, but John Elway was a lot of fun. And my dad is a Cowboys fan. My uncle is a Broncos fan. And I kind of chose, I was like, Elway's more fun and all of that. And everybody else is a Cowboys fan. And I don't mind being a little different. So, yeah, I stuck with the Broncos. And I guess that was a wise decision because being a Cowboys fan would certainly suck.
Yes, it would.
But, yeah, so I don't know how to be a fair weather fan for the main teams.
Yes.
I guess I'll claim the Rockies, but they don't even claim themselves. So, like,
it's been a rough year, hasn't it?
Yeah,
really bad.
As expected. I like the Avs a little bit, but obviously, like, being married, having 3 kids, full-time job, was full-time in school. Not a lot of time to devote to that and be a Thunder fan.
Because they're going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being from Oklahoma City, like, of course, like, they're Thunder are going to get my allegiance. So, yeah, but I ride pretty hard. And then, obviously, Boomer Sooner.
Sooner.
How did you where are you from?
So I'm from the Kansas City area, literally my entire life. I grew up about an hour away. I went to college about 3 hours outside of Kansas City, and then I moved here in like 2014, I think, and I've literally been here ever since.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
So that explains the Chiefs fandom. You threw the horns down, so Sooners, Boomer Sooners?
I'm actually a Minnesota Golden Gophers fan.
Gophers.
Gophers, okay. Yes. My parents, since we were kids, me and my brother, my parents would take us up to Minnesota. They'd rent out a lake house every summer for a week. So, like, it's been our second home for a long time. And last summer, they actually just bought a house in Minnesota. They're both teachers, and they're getting close to retirement. So they're kind of preparing for their retirement, so to speak. And when they do, they're going up there. They got a house on the lake. So a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Golden Gophers.
Minnesota.
It's a tough fandom to have because they're not the best team, but they're fun.
Row the boat.
Sky Yuma. Yes, sir. That's the way it goes. That's
solid team, well-coached team.
PJ Fleck is incredible. I have this thing for teams that have really good coaches, and I don't know why. It's the leadership of it all, I guess. Like OKC, the Chiefs have a really good coach. PJ Fleck is a really good coach. Like, I don't know. That's what I coach for a living, pretty much. It's what I want to do as I continue to get older. So I idolize these people that are good examples, not the ones that get fired every other year and go somewhere else, or drunk drive and get caught, and stuff we've seen on the news. But
Igor Damin
yes.
to the Nets. One of their 4,000 picks they'll have this evening.
How many do they actually have? What was it?
They have like 5. 6? I think
5 or 6.
They had 8. I want to say it's like 19, 22, 25, and something else.
Jeez. Everyone wants to be OKC. Everybody.
It's ridiculous. I'm surprised, though, they haven't packaged several of those together to move up and get somebody else, too.
Yep.
He's Russian. Isn't the owner... Maybe I'm misremembering. Isn't the owner of Brooklyn Russian?
Let's find out.
I do not remember.
Joe Tsai.
Oh, that's right. He sold it.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my bad.
What are your predictions for tonight? Are we sticking at 15?
I will be absolutely shocked if we take a player and keep a player at both 15 and 24. We very well could. Maybe there's value there. My initial prediction was that despite the vibes from yesterday, that Isaiah Joe and Ousmane Dieng were going to be on the block. They were going to be packaged with somebody, or with one of those picks, and we're either going to move up or we're going to go get another player. Just because I know we don't have the roster crunch this second, but this is when your like picks are going to have the most value.
Yep, absolutely.
And unless we're going to do a tremendous like draft and stash type of thing, there's not really room for another rookie to grow. I think we also have the 44th pick, which isn't nothing. So, like, that's 3 rookies to try to bring into the fold as we are wanting to showcase Nikola Topic with very limited playing time available anyway, outside of injury. Now, I know we're going to probably do things like limit Alex Caruso again. We're probably going to shy away from trying to play Chet Holmgren 82 games. You know, like there's going to be some flexibility there. I can certainly see us resting guys and allowing some of the younger guys to get time, and maybe we're not shooting for 68 plus wins again. Like I get all that, but even still, we're all like AJ Mitchell. He's got to get some burn.
Yep.
Right. Like, are we really going to let Kenrich and Jalen do all the practice and be the vibes, but never see the floor either? Like there's just a limited amount of minutes to go around for all of those guys in the rotation. I know we can just throw one or two of these guys in the blue and like bet we'll see you when we see you, but I feel like that's not really like that doesn't feel like Sam Presti's maximum use of value. So
Agreed.
I absolutely could see us taking somebody, but not two guys.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your prediction?
I don't know. I would love to see, like I think you were talking earlier about the hit of Sham's tweet that says the Oklahoma City Thunder are trading, all that good stuff. And I think that might be the best option. But to be honest with you, I've learned throughout the years of following this team that whatever happens is going to be in the best interest of the team. I was a huge proponent the whole entire year of not trading anybody. I fought tooth and nail with that. But I think now that everybody has won a championship, everyone's got that feeling, like now it's kind of the business side of things of like, look, we did it, and now we're going to try to do it again, and you might not be a part of this, right? Like that's the business of basketball. Teams are obviously going to try to beat the Thunder next year. They're the team to beat. So moves are going to be made elsewhere in the league, and I fully expect the Thunder to also make moves to continue to stay on top.
We have holes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of assets too. There's a lot of things that can be packaged up. A lot of good players with good potential. A lot of proven players. Draft picks, whatever the case may be, to go out there and make a move for somebody who can make the team better. Whether that's Cam Johnson or whoever. Sam knows what Sam is doing, and I trust Sam fully. But I don't know. I kind of see it going both ways. I'd love to draft somebody. I always love looking up tape on rookies, like the Topic tapes last year. I was all over those. I loved watching those. So I don't follow college basketball a lot. I'm more just strictly NBA. Besides, like the top 5 picks in the draft that everybody knows, the Cons and the Coopers and stuff.
When we used to expect to maybe get one of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Special.
exactly. Yeah.
And I think if we would have gotten more luck with the Sixers pick, I would have done more research.
Yep.
And been more invested. As probably the rest of Thunder Nation, or most of the rest of Thunder Nation, but
exactly.
I do really love going in and watching the hoop intellect and all that stuff later after we draft the guy, and I'm like,
yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna full send, sell myself on this guy. This will be the best player, and in the draft here in a couple of years, we'll be looking back saying, how did the Thunder get this guy?
Exactly. That's just what Sam does.
And I did that with Dub. I was like, oh snap! Like, I really I really didn't give him enough credit. I thought he was going to be a back end of the first guy. I thought maybe we reached just a little bit, but then like watched it. I'm like, dude, what can he not do?
Yeah.
And 3 years later, well, I know one thing he can do, and that's score 40 points in an NBA Finals game.
That's
so,
right.
With a jacked up wrist.
That's exactly right.
It wouldn't shock me if, like, in a couple of days we get a
had
Sean
surgery tweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just basic maintenance on his right wrist.
Yep.
Out for, 4 to 6 weeks. No limitation on next year's season.
Exactly. That's the difference between college basketball and NBA basketball is it's leaps and bounds. Like, you can be a great college basketball player and then kind of struggle in the NBA. There's so many different things that play into it. So that's why I've never really given a lot of stock in these higher draft picks in the NBA draft, because, like, you never know until you see them, until you throw them out there and you put them on the court with other NBA players and see how they hold their own. Like, you can do the eye test all you want in college, but what really matters is how they perform on the court in the NBA. Like, Cooper Flagg is going to be just fine. I think we can all agree that Cooper Flagg will be a phenomenal NBA player, but, the further you go down the board, like, Jalen Williams was a great college player, kind of went under the radar, so to speak, but now he's a household name in the NBA because he was able to make that jump. And there's people that were drafted above him that haven't been able to make that leap yet.
Colin Murray-Boyles
to
Toronto. Great pick for them. Connector, good defensive player. Can play up and play down.
He was on some OKC draft boards, I heard.
Long wingspan, 6'6", but over a 7-foot wingspan, I heard. So
wow.
Yeah. Great kid from everything I've heard. Maybe needs help, needs work shooting it a bit, but good pick for them. Gonna fit real nice up next to Scotty Barnes and maybe taking some pressure off of Ingram. So solid pick for them. Masai knows what he's doing.
What's your feelings on Janai Broom?
I don't have feelings. So tell me what I should feel.
Listen, I'm not. I love people. I love everybody. I never badmouth anybody. I just don't think watching him in the tournament, he's a big dude, but like I was talking about with the difference between college and NBA, he can dominate the college realm because he's a big dude. He can put the ball on the court every now and then. He can make those plays. I don't see that transferring over to the NBA by any means. I saw he did a workout with the Thunder. He posted something on his Instagram story, but he wouldn't be the pick at 15, obviously. Or I hope not, at least. But I just hope that he doesn't go to Oklahoma City. I want to see him destroy a different team than my favorite team. That's my feelings.
That's fair enough. Are you shocked with the lack of trading, the lack of activity in the top 10? Because we're now at a Houston pick, which is now Phoenix, part of the Durant deal.
Yes.
And like the top 9 picks were all taken by their own teams, and I haven't seen anything about rights being traded yet. So
I think it's a really good question. I think I get disappointed every year. Like, I go into it kind of expecting just pandemonium, chaos. So-and-so's trade number 2, so-and-so's trade number 4. Like, that's almost what makes it the part of the fun as a fan watching the draft, is seeing the trades. Like, the trade deadline is one of my favorite days of the year. I will sit at home and just be on Twitter the entire time because it's so much fun to see those. But along the same lines, like, if a team likes a guy and that guy's available, like, they're gonna stick with what they got. So
go get them. Yeah.
Well, take a chance? The draft is literally to take chances on young guys who are coming into the league. Like, I would personally rather take a chance on a young guy who has potential than maybe a older vet who's on his decline. Like, that's kind of where I stand with the trades and stuff. But I love them. I love seeing them. I wish I saw more of them, but obviously not.
NBA transaction season, it hits different. I feel like not like right now. I mean, obviously, I like the season, the playoffs. I like the product on the court. But when we were in tank season, dude. Like, I liked the transaction season as much as I liked watching the games because
Amen. Yep.
it's just different. It's different than any other league too.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm more NFL than even NBA, and like, yeah, you get free agency frenzy. You may get some trades here and there, but and the draft's obviously the pinnacle, right? The NFL draft it certainly dwarfs the NBA draft.
Yeah.
But transactions, man, they come fast and in a hurry in the NBA, and
They do.
you don't outside of what Brock Osweiler's trade with the Browns when the Texans attached a second round pick to him to move him, like you don't really see like activity to like get out of bad stuff in the NFL and all that. It's
Got
here
breaking
it's
news.
like but here it's like just any number of bad contracts can be moved because people attach stuff. And now with the second apron, certainly seeing what the Celtics have done over the last couple of days, moving Drew, moving Kristaps Porzingis, like, man, NBA is just so fun. It's great. All right, looking at the comments here, not a lot going on in here. How's everybody else feeling about how the draft's falling? Anybody, any Heartbreak Hotel about who you wanted to fall to the Thunder that's already gotten taken? Anybody you're looking at for 15? Anything you're looking for us to do to move out of 15? Go ahead and throw it in the comments and I'll address it. But right now it looks like Houston's got the pick in for the Suns, and we are just waiting for what's to come. What's up? Oh, I'm doing podcast draft coverage right now. Waiting for the Thunder to pick. Mark Williams traded to Phoenix. What? I'd like Coward at 15 too. Apparently he's a bucket. He get man. Kind of slow right now. I don't know how Dylan does it, and I'm not the host of this thing. Walton Clayton Jr. Where do you want to see him? So interesting for them there. Good rim protector. Maybe somebody can do some pick and roll, catch some lobs, do some rim running for them. 7 foot, almost 7'1", 250. Pretty solid. Super interesting. No, not a lot of activity. I'm expecting more activity here. Maybe expecting a player or two, like an actual established player, to to get moved. All right, Austin, I see that. Yeah, Chats is trying to get back into. Oh man, yeah, I definitely don't have the ability to add anybody to this, so I think it's got to be Chats that comes back in here and then runs this hosting thing. The, I guess, worst kept secret across NBA circles is that the Thunder are looking for a 5, maybe a 4 that can play small ball 5. Somebody else to potentially develop a little bit here so that they can have options after this next season. iHeart is going to be under a team option for that third year of his deal. And if we are up against it with the apron, that gives us more flexibility for somebody else to throw in the rotation. I think it makes sense to do that. Obviously, somebody like CMB would have been good to add there as like a 4, maybe a tweener type, but we will certainly see. We have to add somebody at the 5 because I don't know that. I obviously don't know that Jay Will is going to be the guy to take 15 minutes or more a game. Although the dude can be a triple double, a walking triple double. We are not in danger now, Logan. But the idea is after next season, when some of these extensions kick in, we will be right there. Next year, absolutely. This isn't the offseason to panic about that. This is more looking forward to this is like looking forward to the next year after this upcoming season. Jalen and Chet, absolutely. Like, it's crazy to think we have the league MVP who still has some holes, and he's very young and he has time to address those. We have a third team All NBA guy who is an all defensive player who dropped 40 in the finals, and that it's incredible to think that he's going to get better. His jump shot's going to get more consistent. He was doing a lot of it with a hurt wrist. And then obviously Chet, man, like, dude could eat a couple of ham sandwiches in the off season, maybe go give Del Rancho a visit, put on some extra weight, and who knows what's going to happen. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting what happens with them and the runway they have to get better. It's tremendous. This is what you get for being the second youngest team in NBA history. Second youngest team in NBA history to win a championship. And you've got all these guys that are established now, but still have tremendous runways, role players that have chances to get better. I mean, we haven't even talked about what's Case and Wallace going to look like in a couple of years, right? Obviously, Nikola Topic. What if he is people are talking about Giddey. What if he's our Manu Ginobili? What if he's our like sixth man and he comes in and he runs the offense and he can get you 13 and 8 and 6 or something like that off the bench even. Potential for that to happen. There's a reason why people, for a large portion of last season, had him rated as a top 5 prospect, and a lot of people at one point had him number 1 overall. Granted, it was kind of a down draft, but pretty crazy to get that kind of guy where we got him. So he could end up being something. He's going to have minutes. Other guys are going to develop too. It's just going to be tremendous to see what some of that growth looks like as we're trying to repeat as world champions. Sounds good. I like the sound of that. Logan, yeah, Bobby Marks said that about the second apron in a way that we're not going to be impacted in the same way that Boston was. However, it is because of the assets and our ability to roll through people, roll through role players and such, to just restack and reorient around our big three. Our big three is going to be expensive. It is certainly in the calculus. It's going to impact things, but stay. No, you're not going to get on camera. Sit there. It's going to impact things, so we're going to have to be very intentional about how we use our assets. We have them to use. We're not like we can run most of this core for the next 4 seasons. We can run a lot of these people, but I mean, we're going to say we have 4 draft picks that we're slated to have potentially next year if they convey. We're not going to have a shortage of assets to be able to go get a guy next year. Proposed trade here. So I wonder what did I miss? Penalties for the second apron are extreme tax implications, as well as it limits your ability. It limits your ability to use exceptions, potentially freezes your draft picks or drops them all the way down to the end of the first round, things like that. It's very prohibitive to build out a team when you hit the second apron. But next year we'll certainly have plenty. We're already slated to potentially have 4 picks. Wouldn't shock me if Presti wants to kick the can here and kick it next year and kick it the following year. Let's get some 2033 picks up in here. So they traded the 11th pick to Memphis. Obviously, I can't see what that was. I've got this on mute so I could talk. But anybody have the details of that trade in the chat? Salary cap going up, that would be good, except for the fact that for guys like Wiggins, where it's a set number and it's decreasing, got it. 100% with you, Logan. The difference is for these max contracts, it's a percentage of the cap. So I think like for Shea, his super max is like 35%. The max for Dub is 30, and I heard somebody talking about 25% maybe for Chet, and this is all depending on things kind of staying status quo, or for Dub, for instance, him likely getting an All NBA nod potentially next year. So with the percentage being the hit, the cap going up only benefits the player. It doesn't give us a ton of extra flexibility. Just 1 second, chat. Love you. It's time to go night-night. Okay? I love you, sweetheart. Go.
I just wanted to be
Okay. All right. Daughter off and go night-night. Love you, Mer. See you later. Sleep well. No, the rookie extension it can be a max. So like it can be a max for the rookie extension. I think next year is they're getting ready to come off of it soon. They're eligible for their extensions this summer. So those will be hitting soon. Obviously they won't hit next year, but they'll be hitting soon after. But they are eligible to get their extensions. Chat's gonna a minute. Nova's gonna hopefully be settled here in a moment, and then Chats, who's got all the information, will be back in. So right now we are looking at Chicago's got the pick in now at 12, waiting to see what they do. Then we have Atlanta, San Antonio, and then OKC at 15. So we're right around the corner here. We're going to be able to take a guy soon, or trade out of the pick and give everybody blue balls who's been sitting here watching this the whole time. Personally, I'm rooting for the blue balls. Sorry, guys. I know the dopamine hit would be good seeing us trade, but I know you want to get a player. I'm super team kick the can down the road or consolidate and move up. Not much chance for us to consolidate and move up at this point. Anybody else hearing anything here in the chat? Anybody hearing anything about trades across the league now? Everything's pretty chill so far. A little bit of action here in the back end of the lottery, it seems, but not a lot of slop. Could see us trade 24. Would love to see us trade 24 and something for a 2031 lightly protected pick, something with a little upside that kicks the can down the road. Absolutely love to see that. Something similar to what we did with Denver a couple years ago in the Green trade. We traded him to them. So, yeah, you're going international. Logan, you got the pick. Whoa. Pelicans moving up from 23 to 13 and sitting an unprotected 26 pick. Wowza. That is a shocker. Okay. Does not shock me that they went with him. They went Matas Buzelis last year. They like that foreign flavor a little bit in Chicago. Apparently, he is a sharpshooter, and he's going to have some lineup versatility for them. Good for them. Alongside Josh Giddey, I'll be interested to see what kind of extension he inks this year for them. So that's cool. So the pick's in for them at 13, or at 12, excuse me. Apparently the Hawks, okay, they got Derek Queen. Good to know. So, man, the Pelicans gave up quite a bit to move up to get Derek Queen. And that means that we're going to be sitting there. We're just one pick away. Yep. Trying to understand what the Pelicans are. I guess by them doing that, that gives Zion some help. Helps to free him up a bit. Obviously, they're not going to be playing Zion at the 5. So Queen goes to the 5, Zion to the 4. They got Murphy at the 3. Man. Only 3 days older than Cooper Flagg is Noah. Interesting. Interesting. The ABC/ESPN coverage is way slow for me. Are you guys watching on that? Are you following it on Twitter? Are you watching NBA TV? How are you guys watching this thing? In case y'all haven't seen it, I haven't changed my setup much at all from the finals. Stream East, crack streams, meth streams. Love it. Isn't Sorber's really slow though? He's got the long wingspan and stuff. Am I misremembering that? I think the word on the street is that he's got really slow feet, which probably wouldn't help with our maniacal defensive mindset. I don't know.
All right, Moles. I'm sorry about that, brother.
No worries. I did the best I could for about 20 minutes there.
All right. What'd you say?
The chat's been helping me through it.
Hey, that's what's up.
Back and forth. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, hey, people in the chat, this is open mic night. If you guys want to join in on the stream, just shoot me a DM and we will send you a link to join the stream.
I will. I'll probably have to bow out after the Thunder pick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or lack thereof, which I'm hoping for.
The Pels take Derek Queen at 13.
Yeah, traded up. They traded an unprotected pick to move up from 23 to 13, according to one Logan Whitson in the chat.
Oh, Austin said his app crashed and he's trying to get back in.
Yeah, and then he said he was going to dinner, I guess, and he would come back later.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, I don't know. I couldn't see anybody because I'm not the host.
No, I feel you. Sorry about that, man. Nova, he went to the hospital over the weekend, and he came home yesterday, and he did this same thing yesterday, but it was at like 11 o'clock at night, so he didn't sleep much at all. And we tried to put him down, about 8 when it was his normal bedtime, and I just hear him making noise in there, and Chelsea stayed up with him all night last night, so I was like, I gotta try to get him in there. So I gave it more than a college try.
Yeah.
So what did I miss? I saw that the Grizzlies traded up for Cedric Coward.
Yep.
Man,
Grizzlies traded up. Noah went to the Bulls.
Oh, Essengway?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pels traded up to 13 for Queen. Don't know anything about San Antonio yet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who they're going to pair with Harper. It's just stupid, man. The Spurs, the luck they've gotten.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Oh, we're going to give you Vic, the greatest prospect in history. Oh, we're going to turn around and give you Castle. Oh, we're going to turn around and give you Harper.
Mm-hmm. You come say hi to Moles?
No.
Okay. We're picking here in a little bit, and then probably have to end the stream. Yeah, I'll probably have to end the stream once we pick 15 too. I know usually we like to stay around the first round is completed, but yeah, it's probably.
I think our people are still recovering from celebratory.
Yeah, I know, right?
Action.
Yeah, we'll.
I have no idea how the hell Cone got on a plane later that day.
14 is next, and then we pick at 15, and then I will be done.
I didn't care what you did.
Mm-hmm. All right, yep, there's the Derek Queen pick. Yeah, so 14, like who's okay? I gotta look at who all went.
San Antonio.
Yehor Dimon went 8.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot when you did
Oh
that.
my god. That's kind of nuts, dude.
CMB went at 9.
Oh, yeah, I see that. And then Malawatch went to the Rockets.
Well,
No,
the
the
Suns.
Suns. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then did I see the Suns also acquire Mark Williams?
Somebody said that in chat. I think Logan said that in chat, but I haven't seen anything. I obviously can't look at Twitter because my stream is through Twitter.
Ah. Yeah, I think I saw that somewhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Misic is actually going back to Charlotte as part of the Mark Williams trade.
No way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what was the deal?
I'm trying to find it. Scrolling through here. I just saw Jake Fisher added that like footnote to it, but not that one.
Sham said it, I guess, the deal.
Yeah, I did see Shams originally tweeted. Good Lord, man. So much has happened, it's hard to find anything at this point.
Dude, you're like so 15 minutes ago.
I know, right? Man. Yeah, because it happened before the Coward trade. I know that. Okay, yeah. So Hornets are trading Mark Williams to the Suns for the number 29 pick and a 2029 first round pick.
If they don't have Queen go eat some king cake, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's really funny that Misic is going back to New Orleans. Yeah, Brett Siegel said we've seen 3 trades through the draft: the Mark Williams trade, the Coward trade, and now the Derek Queen trade. So what, the Pelicans got Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears now?
Yeah.
You know what that means. New Orleans isn't done. They're about to ship off somebody else to Oklahoma City.
Are you trying to say Herb?
Think higher, buddy.
Yeah, dude, I would. I know I talked about arriving before. I would arrive again.
Yeah, no, that's my dream acquisition.
Dude, if we did that, I would. If we got Murphy, dude, sign me up. Like, yes, we're winning the next 2 titles. It's done.
I told somebody today in my DMs. I was like, if we were somehow to flip, Isaiah Joe, Usman Jang, and however many picks it takes, like for Trey Murphy, we're winning 75 games next year, which is nuts to think about.
Like, y'all better stack the West.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely better freaking stack the West. We might go 30-0 in the East next year.
What the heck? Clemente just said the Thunder are on the clock at 15. I didn't even see the Spurs pick. What happened?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, they took Carter Bryant. God dang it, man. If we could have got Carter Bryant at 15, I would have done a backflip.
My feed is like way behind, I guess.
I'm trying to see who even said Carter Bryant. Yeah, I mean, dude, Brett Siegel. Like, Shams has not been tweeting at all. Like, go follow Brett Siegel, NBA. He's the Clutch Points reporter, friend of the podcast. He's been scooping everybody today.
Well, I can't because I'm through.
Oh, fair. God dang it, Moles. I'm sorry. All right. Well, hey, let's look at who is remaining here on the best available. So Kasparis Jakasionis is like, he's a Thunder player, dude. Like he's a Thunder type of player. Obviously guard logjam. But if we were to offload a guy like Topic or something like that in a bigger trade, then he could be a guy. Obviously, you're looking at the big guys. We got Joan Berenger, you got Thomas Sorber, Danny Wolf.
Somebody said we're taking Berenger. Is that a prediction or is that reported somewhere?
I don't see it reported anywhere. I'd say it's probably a prediction. It's not reported anywhere. Oh, Neek Clifford is also a guy that could be going there.
He's a bucket, right?
he's everything. He's like a. This is gonna sound bad. He's Dylan Jones if he was good.
Damn, that's mean.
I'm sorry. It's true. But yeah, then the other guy, Liam McNeely, like he's number 4 on Billis's best available. If we took him at 14 or at 15, I feel like it would be a reach. I think he might even be there at 24. But Moles, what is the one thing that we saw in the playoffs that we needed?
Well, we need shooting.
Yes, and Liam McNeely is a great shooter, and it didn't fully play out that way in his 1 year at UConn, but that's because they were trying to expand his game. They were trying to make him be a point guard. Like, no, this guy is like an elite spot up knockdown shooter, and we're not gonna have him play point guard if we draft him to the Thunder. We're gonna say, hey, bro, go park over there in the corner with your 6'7", 6'8" frame, and go knock down 5 threes a game.
Yeah, we need that. Also, like, are you team draft a big man in the first round, or are you team like we can replace that later?
I'm brother. You know what team I am. I'm team trust the Presti. I don't give a shit, man. Like there's good players at this range. With at different positions. I mean, at the end of the day, man, like we just won the finals. Like I'm trusting Sam Presti and whatever he does here. But yeah, like Casper, Berenger, Sorber, McNeely, Neat Clifford, Danny Wolf. Those are guys that I could see going here. A lot of people are saying Asa Newell. I just don't know about him. I just have questions about him, like offensively. He's good at defense. He's good at rebounding. He's got solid size to be like a 4 or small ball 5 or play alongside Cheddar Hartenstein. But I just question if he can do enough of the other stuff. Jace Richardson's a great shooter, but he's 6'1". He's got NBA pedigree, but he's 6'1".
We need some size.
Yeah, so that would be a very un-Presti pick.
What are you drinking? You drinking L8?
No, I'm actually drinking Dr. Pepper from Cane's. So
nice. What do you know about Peach Knee High?
I do not. I don't know much about it at all.
Chat, do y'all know anything about Peach Knee High?
Oh yeah, somebody said Rasheer Fleming could be a pick here, which would be a reach. I think I saw Fleming go in mock at like 31 today. So if we took Fleming here, it would be wild. But yeah, Matthias is right there with me on do not like Richardson, way too small. Yeah, 6'1", man. Like that's hard to overcome. Jonathan says McNeely's a theoretical shooter. I disagree, man. Like he's a great shooter when he was playing at Montverde, like whenever he was able to play his role. But UConn tried to make him stretch out his game, tried to put the ball in his hands, tried to make him create, and he was just not comfortable doing that. So I think if you get him back in his comfort zone, I think that you would see a productive player once again. So
come on, I want to see proposed trade. I want us to trade up out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to see the Thunder have traded for Trey Murphy.
Oh, dude.
Alex said he just tweeted, I think Joan Berenger or Hugo Gonzalez. If we take Hugo Gonzalez at pick 15, I might crash out. I'm sorry. I said trust the Presti, but I might crash out.
Alex Roig?
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, hey, he's 6'6". He's got some good size. He's about 223. I've seen him mocked much later. Like I think like if that's a guy that you really want, he's probably there at pick 24.
Where's your timer at? I'm at 153.
My
stream
timer
is
says pick is in.
Shoot. Maybe we picked
Thomas Sorber. Thomas Sorber's a Thunder.
How do you feel about that?
I feel good about it. So from what I have been told by my no ceilings guy, Sorber is a guy who is great on the defensive end in terms of being a rim protector, in terms of being a rebounder. He's a great rim runner, lob threat, but he also has a little bit of creation with his passing, not as high level as a guy like Danny Wolf or something like that. But in a pinch, like a connective tissue type player. Apparently, there's been flashes of him stretching his game out to expand into a jump shot. But otherwise, this is just he's a smart, hard nosed, high motor big man that is going to slot into playing alongside Chet or Ihart off the bench, and maybe even potentially given flexibility to move Ihart once the roster starts getting expensive. So it will be interesting. Yeah, absolutely, Matthias. Sorbet, baby.
Is it lime? Is it orange? It's got to be orange sorbet now, right? Sunset orange sorbet.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find. So I'm looking at No Ceilings Draft Guide, and I can actually I can actually read you guys the profile. I can tell you a little bit of what I know, but if you want me to get in depth, if you guys want me to break down Thomas Sorber, I can break down Thomas Sorber.
What else do we got to do? Let's go.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. I just gotta find it now. 298.
Who wrote the profile?
I think it was it's a mixture of everybody. They don't say who wrote for each person. They just kind of make it. All right, where's it at? I just saw it in bro, I forgot how to spell for a second.
So that obviously means we didn't trade. That obviously means we didn't trade for Murphy because they wouldn't want him.
Hey, we could still trade for Murphy with other stuff. All right, Thomas Sorber. This is from my friends at No Ceiling. This is from their draft guide. Support No Ceilings and everything that they do. They've been providing fun, free, and freaking informative content for years now for the Thunder fans and NBA fans alike. But yeah, this is from their draft guide. Thomas Sorber, he was a big out of the Georgetown Hoyas, 6'10", 262 with a 7'6" wingspan. This guy is just a monster. He's a freshman. He's 19 years old, so he's young. He's got room to grow. He's got some upside. His stats last year, he averaged 14.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists a game, 1.5 steals, 2 blocks, turned it over 2.3 times, had 53.2% field goal range. His 3-point percentage was at 16.2, but like I said, that's very raw. They're still trying to work into that, and this is a new Chip England project for you. But under the goods, this is they kind of gave badges, 2K gives badges to each player. One of the badges is Enforcer. He's a tone-setting presence on the floor. If you need a player who can impact the game with their tenacity, this is your guy. Sounds like a Thunder guy right there. Rim Protector. Be careful bringing that weak stuff in here. This player is a threat to send back any challengers at the rim. Strength. You know where the weight room is. Well, they do. These players can overpower defenders with their power and strength. This is the rundown. Thomas Sorber's season ended early due to a foot injury, but that doesn't detract from how impressive the 6'10 freshman was in his lone season at Georgetown. The former Archbishop Ryan standout came into the college season well-conditioned, which helped him dominate the minutes he played. Sorber's interior offensive package is rife with smooth hooks, soft runners, impressive fades off post-ups on the low block. So he has really nice touch around the rim. Loving that. Think Isaiah Hartenstein with the push shot. Think Chet Holmgren with the finishing ability. Fits right in on that front. Sorber excels on sealing off defenders before catching at the higher low post. He understands positioning and is strong enough to keep the defender on his backside. Sorber has a variety of spin and up and under moves one-on-one and has enough verticality off 2 feet to rise and dunk over mismatches. His touch around the rim, power, and explosiveness as a leaper offer an interior package that matches what's expected from centers in today's NBA. If multiple defenders crowd Sorber, he knows how to make the decision and pass out of double teams. Two primary areas of growth for Sorber on the offensive end of the ball are tied to his effectiveness away from the basket. Sorber could stand to set harder screens and better benefit ball handlers working off of him, or even to screen against a defender who successfully fought over the top. Also, Sorber's jump shot is currently non-existent. He rates poorly on all jumpers, including threes. His ball handling is on par with or better than most centers pre-draft, but rounding out his offensive game with a jumper would open up new opportunities for himself and his teammates. Sorber's most intriguing elements of upside come from his excellent hands and instincts, creating deflections and blocking shots at the rim. Sounds like a game wrecker, a la Alex Caruso, a la Case Wallace, but at the center position. Sorber isn't the fleetest of foot moving laterally, but he makes up for any lack of short burst quickness with timing and anticipation. Some matchups could prove more difficult for Sorber, but he's active and willing to step up to the level and make life difficult for opposing ball handlers. Sorber's combination of size and skill paints the picture of a lottery level big man who could create havoc in the right front court. And brother, if you are putting him next to Chet Holmgren, if you're putting him next to Isaiah Hartenstein, I think that's a good front court to be there. So shout out to him. If you want pros, post up offense, offensive rebounding, defensive playmaking, college jump shooting, on-ball defense, screen setting. So his shades of is Naz Reid, Wendell Carter Jr., and Jahlil Okafor, which forget about Okafor for a second. Wendell Carter Jr. and Naz Reid are both guys that can step out and shoot the ball. So
yeah, that's shocking to me.
Yeah, so betting on the raw upside of it, betting on the touch, being able to expand it out. Again, like if you guys go back and listen to the podcast I did with Rucker and Metcalf on Friday, they were very high on Sorber. Metcalf's actually a Michigan fan, and he was pitching Danny Wolf for a pick, and Rucker pitched Sorber, and he said, yeah, I agree with you. I actually have Sorber over Wolf, I guess on the board and for the Thunder. So they're both very high on him and, like this fit with the Thunder. But yeah, man, he if you want to look at his advanced stats, let me see if there's anything that kind of stood out. Like it's hard to tell, based off of comparing it to any without anything to compare to. But yeah, I mean he's a young truck with great defensive instincts, and he's got upside, man. Like he's young, he's got great size, and he's about to learn from Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, and yeah, he's going to be there. Kevin O'Connor just said he was the top-ranked big man for him in his draft.
Wow. Pretty good. Another thing that we saw that was important, especially in the Pacers series, was somebody that can set legitimate screens to give our ball handlers space. He certainly could do that with that size and that frame. So that's something that's going to be interesting for us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, his lack of shooting isn't necessarily a detriment. Hartenstein was 0 all season shooting threes.
He tried.
I don't. Did he even shoot 1 3 in the playoffs? I don't think he even attempted one.
Yeah.
And yet it didn't matter because he was smart. He was a hub. He set solid screens, and he got where he needed to be on the floor, and then finished in that intermediate range with the floater, which as you just articulated, Sorber's got some of that in his bag already, with that touch around the rim and maybe slightly extended out. So, I mean, maybe he's a Hartenstein light with less Hubbenstein capabilities as of right now, but can develop that. And then if he becomes another Naz Reid, then like the NBA should rage quit, because like a guy with that size and that frame and some of those measurables, being able to extend it out a little bit and shoot it a little bit would really suck for the rest of the NBA trying to defend us. Another thing I really like, at least defensively, if he becomes a solid guy in the rotation, now granted, I don't want to overtalk him because he's the 15th pick, and he very well could, not be part of the team in 3 years. But with his ability, it takes a lot of pressure off of Chet and allows him to be the free safety in a lot of ways to clean things up on the back end in a way that he's not anchored down against the other team's 5. So Sorber would be able to come in and handle some of that duty. And I'm talking all of this as if Hartenstein's already gone, right? Because that's the mentality. Either 2 years from now when we have the team option and we could decline it, or maybe we can't afford him after that, right? That's the whole point for going and getting a guy like Sorber, because a lot of his talent is. His skill set is redundant with Hartenstein a little bit. So, like, you're not really doing that as Chet insurance, right? Because you can't play him and Hartenstein together. That seems weird.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's just my initial vibes on how the fit
for sure.
is.
And all the things that you were saying, like learning from Chet Holmgren, learning from Isaiah Hartenstein, I think that, it's like it's a great scenario for him to be in. Like, and there's gonna be no pressure. Like, he's gonna be, he's gonna get his opportunities off the bench. But like, if it's not working out, like immediately, that's fine. Like, go to the G League. Like, we staggered Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein this past season. We could do it again. It's not a big deal. But I can see the pick being good. And yeah, somebody was talking about on Twitter the Topic Sorber pick and roll in Summer League. Whew, it's gonna be fun to see. Yeah, by the way, Hansen Yang going 16 to the Trailblazers is absolutely nuts, bro. Like, that is absolutely nuts. Like Alex was saying in the chat that he had him. He would have liked the Thunder to take him at 44, and he just went 15 or 16. Got 16.
Is he like 6'5" or 7'5"? I mean,
let me see.
I'm waiting for them to pop up his measurables.
How big is Mr. Yang? He is 7'2", 253.
Okay,
7'2" wingspan. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. I mean, 7'1", 253. That's a lot. That's a lot of man to move around.
Hey, I will say with Sorber though, Presti loves him some wingspan, man.
Yeah.
What did I say was he was 6 foot? I say 6'10".
Like,
6'10", 7'6" wingspan.
7'6"
wingspan is nuts, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely not fake tall like Dolan would say. He's not all neck height.
No.
And certainly the wingspan, man.
The bigs are going crazy. They just the Timberwolves just took Joan Behringer.
I mean, hey, I guess we got the guy we needed when we got him, like when we needed to get him, right? Run on bigs is now, so.
Yeah, bro, that's nuts. But, well, I mean, this draft is insane. Like, all those, like, since, like you said, we got the bigs, all these other players are taking bigs. Like, there's a chance that, like, somebody pretty good could fall to us. Like, I was saying, I always thought that Liam McNeely would be an interesting player.
Could Neek fall to us at 24?
Neek could fall there. Dude, at this point, like, how long is it going to take for Casper to go? Because, like, if Casper's there at 24, I take him and run, bro. So it looks like
and then just have the Hunger Games on the roster.
Yeah, like, seriously. Like, just like, let the cream rise to the top. You got the Wizards after the Wolves. You got the Nets. Then you got the Heat, the Jazz, the Hawks, the Pels. The Pels just drafted Fears. The Hawks have 1 million guards. The Jazz have 1 million guards.
It's not the Pels pick because they moved up to 13.
You're right. So is that the Hawks pick?
Yeah.
Oh, so the Hawks have. Did the Hawks have 23 and 22?
The Hawks, no, they don't have 22. The Nets have that as part of the Porzingis deal.
Okay. Well, yeah, bro. ESPN fixture graphic, man. This is stupid.
Yeah. So the Nets got 22.
Okay. Well, then I don't know who's going to be picking, but there's a chance that, yeah, like some of these guys that we were looking at 15 might be there at 24 because nobody in the right mind thought Hansen Yang was going to go pick 16. That is nuts to me, dude.
Wild. Man, so we've done some stuff. I've been part of every draft that you've covered. Giddy wasn't the first one. Poku wasn't the first one, right? Or was he?
No, I'm trying to think. Poku might have been the first draft we did, but were you on that one?
Yep.
Okay. See, I remember,
crashed out.
I remember Tierney and Jerry being on there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You and Alex joined also. Yeah. I was so mad that we was drafting Poku. I just played 2K the entire time we were streaming.
Dude, I was so mad when we traded Shingun.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, man, I think that I heard somebody say that we traded Shingun, like we traded that pick because we thought Trey Murphy would be there at pick 18, and we didn't want to take 3 players, and we was going to be content with Josh Giddey and Trey Murphy. Which, hey, if that happened, I would have been content too. And then the Pelicans took him at 17 right before us, and it just kind of threw everything off.
How different? I mean, we won a chip, but how different does this team look with Murphy, man?
Yeah. It could have been scary hours, but all right, man. Yeah, I mean,
All
that's that was our first pick. The Thunder picking a few picks here. If it's anybody crazy, we might try to jump on post draft and do like a post draft recap. Probably not me and Moles. Come mentioned possibly doing it. Tierney might be able to do it, so we'll try to have some content for you guys tonight, especially if it's somebody exciting or if we make a trade. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, hey, Thomas Sorber, like, get ready to learn Brahms, buddy. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Get ready to learn who saved basketball.
Bag of burgers.
Get ready to learn who makes the hypest hype speeches of all time.
Dude, Brahms sells sorbet. He's got to do something there.
I mean, come on, bro. Come on. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Thomas Sorber. Admittedly, I don't know as much about him as I usually do at this point of the year, but what I do know about him gives me reason to be excited, and I think Thunder fans should be excited as well. I am I'm gut wrenched that Carter Bryant got took right before us though, because he would have been so fun.
It's all right.
It's fine. You know why? You know why, Moles? You know why it's fine?
Because we've got those guys.
We be trusting the Presty, yeah, and Presty got us those guys. So I mean, if we trust him, we're gonna be going the right way. So, everybody in the chat, thank you all for joining. I know it was kind of weird. I was by myself for a while. Moles was by himself for a while. We're working through this, but we will be back at some point to talk about our other draft selections. Hopefully Kobe Brea comes home tomorrow, complete the trinity of UK guard Sam Presti. Let's make it happen. 43% three-point shooter for his career, 6'7". Let's make it happen. Otherwise, we will be returning at some point next week. Recap the draft, recap the finals, the parade and whatnot, and also previewing Summer League and the offseason coming up ahead for us. So with that being said, hope everybody has a great night. God bless. Hooping you can. And as always,
Thunder up.
Your
World
NBA champions. Yeah.